Well, tonight we do. Tonight we get to say thank you for our heritage, for our reputation, for our history, for our legacy that was laid down by the giants of Irish hairdressing and the Ferry Room. Tonight we get to see some real hair heroes and honour them in a way that we could never dream of before. We honour them for what they've done for our industry because we wouldn't be here because of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to honour the presidents. We put a DVD together and tried to encapsulate everything these men and women stood for. And you know, we could have made a movie out of it. So sit back, take 10 or 15 minutes and enjoy the presidents.
My proudest moment as president was being elected for a second term. The second session of being president. I mean, this first one was 67 or 68 down, 69, 7 the next time. Being elected a second time, I felt was really, I'm very proud of that. It meant that I must have done something great the first time.
Elected president of the Irish Hairdressing Federation. I thought that was my best moment. I really enjoyed that. And I enjoyed the company that I have been involved in with that whole thing. And the community, the people who were in it, were all genuine people. And it was a great democratic story.
So there was a few people there at the time I don't think were too happy with the fact that I was elected. They really thought I was there a bit of an apprenticeship course because it was barely a wet day in the place. But that was a proud enough moment to feel that, you know, people there actually even wanted to, even if it wasn't people. We were going to competitions from strength to strength. We had a group that were going to the hotel and we moved across the world to the RDS. And it was great to see the president's address to like a huge room full of people looking on. It was great, really good.
But I have to say, my proudest moment as president was probably standing on the stage in the RDS when we hosted the European Championships. It was great to see people actually down there competing on the floor, some people competing for their very first time, and some people actually visiting Ireland for their very first time, and they were given the opportunity to come to Ireland, and they will never ever return to Ireland. But knowing that I was actually part of that, and sort of bringing those people to Ireland was a great achievement for me.
Then you got a head chef, you have what we call the branches. See the Galway branch, the Cork branch, a Mullingar branch, a Athlone branch, a Limerick branch. And the whole thing was split. So I felt, you know, we have to join this together. So we, over at an AGM, we brought all the branches together. We had a vote, and we joined with one unit. And my signature that year was, you know, unity. We're all together, we stick together, and that to me was a great achievement because you had the whole country coming together as one.
So what was better to get us together in do something that we could all participate in? So in 1986, I asked the 12 biggest names in hairdressing to come together for a charity in Slogan Park Hotel. And we raised £20,000. Now I'm talking about 30 years ago. £20,000 in an afternoon.
And people are saying advice 30 years ago, for God's sake, get together. Get together and form some, let there be unity within this race.
I think the Irish Hairdressing magazine, with Mabel Healy Hart, myself, Robert Simmons, and Frank Hession. I don't know a lot of people know this, but we did have our sort of quarterly edition of the Irish Hairdressing magazine set to, it was more like a newsletter.
To me, that was my contribution to the Irish and to the hairdressing industry because it gave people an outlet. Prior to that, we would have 50 hairdressers who produced brilliant photographs, but there was nowhere to see them because there was nothing. And so that's where that idea came from.
So myself and Frank Hession, Robert Simmons, put a few bottles together, and we did the first edition, and that was a full, proper magazine that was sent out to every hairdresser in Ireland. the old yellow pages, the golden pages. So we're quite proud of that. But that was Maeve's baby.
Eventually found this and stated that if taxation was going to add hardship to any member state or the people of that member state due to taxation, the government of that state could have a derogation on that or taxation. So we duly wrote a letter to the Department of Finance stating this because Bertie was giving us the impression that the Irish government would do nothing about it, and that as far as it went, it was an EU sort of law, and that's the way it was going to be.
Trying to get Irish hairdressers to realise that it wasn't going to happen for them, that they had to be part of the solution. Because we had meetings organised where you would have hairdressers come along asking, why aren't we doing this and why aren't we doing that? And the first question I would ask them is, are you a member? And they'd say, no. So I'd say, well, why aren't you doing it? Why do I have to do it? I say, well, because you're the president of the federation. But you're not even a member, you don't care. And unless Irish hairdressers are willing to get up off their backside and get involved, then the government are just laughing.
Over 3,000 hairdressers marched from Parliament Square to the Dublin. And down Parliament Street, I remember the day when I was lucky enough to spend Saturday, up to Moorgate Street, and I suppose it was one of the best looking marches ever. I was down on Parliament Street, I up through Moorgate Street, all the hairdressers. And the next budget, lucky enough, they changed the services to the lower rate. So that's a happy memory for me, but a happy one.
I do think to be a member of the Federation is very important, and especially to smaller towns, because Pauline's always there at the end of the phone and always answers any questions, and I think it's a great advice line. I do think it's important that they have guidelines, and there's so many things available as well through the Federation office. Actually, in my term, I did up the rules and regulations that you could be supplied to salon.
They should be involved in the Irish Hairdressing Federation, and they should be shown their strength in that as well, you know, and come out and express that view. And I think it should be, because there's no such thing as channels not being members of the Federation at all, except in Dublin, here probably, you know. But I mean, in my time, we had them all over, you know, and you just have to have that strength.
The passion is there with a lot of people, and it's just guiding and helping them. And this logo behind me, to me, is a big part of helping Irish hairdressers grow over the last 40 years, and long may it last.
We were told that the next competition would be in Barcelona, so we organised for Barcelona, and we organised the next one for Luxembourg. Well, this time they knew who we were, and we got in, and we went. Our first serious competition was the World Championships in Stuttgart, and we only afforded to bring a men's team because it was so expensive to bring models and so forth. So we entered the men's team for the first time in Stuttgart in 1970.
I think one of the biggest moments was we did a thing for Channel Street Hospital to get the machine for the heating treatment. Now, that was in conjunction with the Irish Heritage Registration Board, and it was really the brainchild of babies. But the registration board, I had been the chairman of before I came forward, and then I was made president, and Eddie took over, I think, the chairmanship of the registration board. So it was his brainchild, but the registration board and the federation came together to promote it, and we had it in the Sullivan Park Hotel, you know. That was a big thing, and you know, it was very satisfactory so far as that. we felt we had done something very useful to get up. We considered, I think, £100,000 at the time.
My favourite memory event as president would have been given the opportunity to present the Royal Albert Hall Piazza Sooner Icons Award. Standing there from the great house of people representing Ireland, handing the Vidal himself was a magic moment. And then getting time to spend with him after was a nice touch as well. Well, people's heard most when I was president was talking about he's a great mentor for me, past president himself.
My true belief is that, as you all know, it's far too easy to open hairdressers, There's far too many of them. And with this, nobody's going to be making it in the end, because if it goes on the way it's going, it'll be hairdresser shop next door for hairdresser shop next door for hairdresser shop. And I think you people are in there now, you get up to open and see that you get control, because control is necessary. That's how I see it. Even I'm retired and it doesn't bother me, but it's still the company.
You get the same problems that were then. In your time, communication is very different. Traveling is very different. It was a bigger, more narrative task to get gang people together, to get families together, as you mentioned earlier, to do something together. Where now it's a lot easier for us with our high-tech communications. Yet we might be high-tech, but still not getting the point across the line sometimes.
All equal in Spain. This is our needs profession. And it's the younger people coming up that need support of certification of what they learn, accreditation of what their ability is, and support for a longer career in business.
Be educated. If they're going to